Hi everybody. So this morning I had to go in and get an MRI because I've been having some problems with my neck and spine, and you know, everybody asks you when you go in for an MRI, are you claustrophobic? And I said, well, kind of. And they were all like, and I said, that's okay, I'll just close my eyes. So I laid there for 20 minutes and I literally closed my eyes through the whole thing. And what was interesting was it really brought forward for me the concept of being the observer versus being the participant. And if you're interested in becoming a reader and doing any kind of intuitive work, or even for yourself, you really have to master this concept of learning to be the observer versus the participant. Just to give you an example, a friend of mine the other day came in and she said, oh, there's just all this stuff going on at work and it's just crazy and this is what's going on and this is what's going on. And I said, well, what's your reason for being there? She said, just to make the money so I can do my singing. And I said, yeah. And she said, yeah, I know, and it upsets me so much. And I said, why don't you try being the observer of it instead of participating in it? And she said, oh. And I said, just participate in the work you're there to do, the service you're there to do, and then leave. And it was really interesting because she and I talked yesterday, and she said, you know, since I've been trying that observer-participant thing, it's been working really well. And the reason I say this to you is because if I laid there during my MRI and I started worrying about it and I started thinking about what I was participating in, that I'm in this tube, that I'm kind of locked in, I could have gone into a panic. And instead, I just became the observer of my thoughts and started noticing what I was thinking and just allowing Spirit to expand that for me and think about, what is this opportunity about? And so it gives me the opportunity to bring to you the most important concept in all of the work that I'm doing right now is when we are the observer, we're able to be of service to other people. And when we're participating in the problem, we're creating more of the problem. Another case in point, I was advertising with somebody and I said to her, you know, I noticed your website isn't getting a lot of traffic, but I really wanted to work with her, and I did. And I gave her the feedback. And I said, you know, I'd like to take some of that money, some of that credit, and do something in print. And she immediately said no. And I literally got a long email about, you know, as my assistant said, justifying her point of view. And what was really interesting was when I stepped back and I really looked at it as the observer, I thought about it and I realized that's how I do my business, is that what is the communication really going on? What is this woman trying to tell me? And what am I trying to tell her? And when it really comes down to it, there's really only two forms of communication. It's really an offer of love or a request for help. And so when you get into that and you start working with the techniques of being the observer versus the participant, I was able to really see that this woman was really in being a participant in her own world. She was afraid of losing the revenue from me. And as a result, because she was afraid of losing it, she lost it, because I probably won't do business with her again. Not because she's not a nice person, just because I know that she cannot step outside of being the participant. And in order to resolve problems, we really have to be the observer. And in order to work in this spiritual realm, we have to understand that that's part of being the observer. So before the lawnmower starts again, I am going to be doing a free night. Please join me with this. I would love to be of service to you. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always email me. Thanks.